Do you need to replace a battery on your Toyota Corolla for models from 2006 to 2012? Then check out this video. Hi there guys, welcome to another Ross Perry Productions video. In this video I have a 2008 Toyota Corolla and I'm going to be showing you how to remove and replace the battery on the car. And it's a relatively simple job to do, and all you're going to need is a flat screwdriver and a 10mm socket, preferably a long reach one like I'm holding in my hand. So like I say, relatively easy job to do, and obviously we're going to do this underneath the bonnet on this car. So if you don't know how to do that, just go into the driver's side and pull this lever here. And once you've done that, we're just going to put our hand in above the Toyota badge and we're going to push that lever there to the left. Then we're going to go ahead and put this bonnet stay in that hole there. Once your bonnet's safe and secure, we can have a good look around the engine bay. Now, the battery is slightly hidden on these Corollas and it is actually underneath this piece of trim here. So the battery sits just around there. Now to get this trim off, we just need to get a couple of push clips. So you've got one there, should have one there, but my one's missing one. Got one there, should have one there, but my one's missing one, and one there. So I'm just going to reset up the camera and take that piece of trim off. And this is where we're going to use our flat screwdriver. You're just going to push that in, these push clips, and get them off like that, nice and simple. So I'm just going to repeat that for the rest of them and get this piece of trim off. So with that trim off, we've now exposed our battery in full. So you've got this bracing bar there, we've got our positive terminal there, and we've got our negative terminal there. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is actually remove the negative terminal, which is the first thing you should always do when working on a battery. Just going to place that down so it cannot connect to that at all. Now I can go ahead and remove the positive terminal, and you're just going to pull that plastic cover off like that, and just the same, you're going to get that positive terminal off and move it out of the way. So this is a very dirty one, as you can see, and I'd actually recommend that in another video I would probably clean that if I had some more tools with me. And now you can just see this brace bar here. Now this is the only thing holding the battery in, and you'll notice that this one's kind of a fixed position at the front, and then you've got a stretch bar at the back that loops into a hole at the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some tension off that one first. You don't actually have to undo it all the way, and then just remove the front one and remove this one. If you remove that one all the way, it's relatively simple to get that bar off. I'm just going to put that bolt somewhere safe so it doesn't roll away. So now we can actually get this bar, and you can just get that hook there out at the back. So it actually goes in that orientation like that, and I'll just point out the loop right the way down there that it goes through. So now I can actually take the battery all the way out. So just to point out that loop that the bar goes through, it's just there, and it just goes into the side from that direction there. So now we can take a look at the battery. Now obviously there's a whole load of brands that you can actually use for battery. This one is a supercharged battery, and the model number here is SMFNS60LS. And we've got here that it's charging volts are 14.8 volts, and it's got 380 cold cranking amps as well. And you've got a little indicator there for when the battery's good and bad, and that's actually looking through that window glass there. So mine's green, which means the battery's okay. So it's quite a tall, skinny battery, and it fits in a tray in the bottom of the car there. So you need to make sure you go for the same battery, and obviously the terminals need to be the same way round, which when it goes on the car, it's actually in that orientation. So once you've got your new battery, you're just going to lift that up and put that straight in, making sure it's on that tray there. And then of course the first thing we're going to do is put our brace back on, just remembering that we first off need to hook that bar into the back there, and then we can start lining up the front to get that bolt back in. Anything like this I like to do it by hand first and then go on to get our tool, but it's up to you which way you want to do it. Just need to do it up enough so that the battery doesn't move at all, and then in the same order as we took it off, I'm going to put the positive terminal back on first. And now this is what I mean by it's dirty. To get a better connection, I'd actually recommend we give that a good clean. Like I say, I just don't have many tools with me, but I'll probably go home and do that tonight. And with these, again, you don't have to over tighten them, because you certainly don't want to break the terminals off the battery itself. So I just recommend doing it up tight enough so that of course you can't move it by hand, and also remembering we need to put that cover back on. And then lastly, we're just going to go ahead and put that negative terminal back on, just working it all the way to the bottom, and then we can actually tighten that one up as well. Again, no need to do it up super tight. And then lastly, we're just going to actually get our trim piece from earlier and putting that back on. So there is actually a couple of locating tabs at the front here. So what we're going to do is just slide that into position, making sure each of those tabs goes under this front cover, and then we can go ahead and put back our push fit clips, which mine are in my pocket. So starting with this one, I'm just going to go ahead and put these all back in. So there we go. That's how easy it is to remove and replace a battery on a Toyota Corolla from 2008, and this method should be very similar to all models from 2006 to 2012. So now just remember, you are going to have to reset your clock in the car, which is a bit annoying, but it only takes a couple of minutes, and I have made videos on how to do that as well. So if you found this video helpful, please do give me the thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, check out some of my other videos and subscribe to my channel.